Customer is king. It's a lovely old statement that used to be, when people were looking at customer service, people used to say the customer is king and therefore we should all give them the right service. And I think this stems from a universality of provision of service. There's a universal service for postal solutions. If you put a letter in the post today to get to the other side of the county, you have the same requirement to get to the other side of the country. So a letter going in the post today for 10p, for 32p to deliver to the other side of Gloucestershire costs the same if I wanted to send it to Aberdeen, and I still expect it to be there tomorrow morning. Well, there's a huge cost difference between delivering a letter to Aberdeen and delivering a letter to the other side of town. So the customer is not always king. Why would I deliver my Aberdeen letters and charge the same for them as I would my local letters? So we have this customer is king universality, and it's not true. All customers are different. They're different in terms of what they spend, they're different in terms of how much money we make out of them, the frequency of their expenditure, and in business to business that is even greater than it is in consumer. So if we allow ourselves to get hoisted by the customer as king petard of the customer's phoned in, therefore I must deal with it, we're not really doing ourselves any favours at all. There are important things to do and there are urgent things to do. If something is important and urgent, it needs to take precedent. But not all things that the customer asks us to do are important. Some of them may be urgent and some of them may be not urgent, but they're not all important. The customer is king when, if they make a substantial difference to the business, and if we lost them, there would be significant consequences for that loss, then the customer is king. So at the moment, if you look at the BP, the demise of BP, and although I didn't think we would, I think we could be looking at the demise of BP as a business. The catastrophe in the US could wipe BP out because such a litigious lot that the Americans are, big oil needs to be taught a lesson. Hey, let's do it to a British company rather than an American company. Beat the crap out of them, and we end up with a mess. Well, how many jobs is that going to cost in the UK? How many people are going to lose their jobs in the UK because of the performance of the Americans against BP? So, if we lost BP as an economy, what impact does that have on this economy? Well, it would be huge. Therefore, should we do something about it? Margaret Thatcher put her non-intervention hat aside when she rescued Rolls-Royce years and years ago, when I think she was business secretary in the Heath government. She put the non-interventionist side, her hat to one side, and intervened and rescued Rolls-Royce from going belly up. Rolls-Royce is now world beater, employs some 12,000 people in Derby and makes some fantastic engines. If something will make a substantial difference to you and or your business, the customer is king. I will change my work habits and behaviours to satisfy you, Mr. Customer, because you are valuable. Therefore, that becomes a true partnership. You're not worth a lot to me. You never will be worth a lot to me. And that's the two are interrelated. It's not just what they spend today, it's what they could spend and how long. So if you're not worth a lot to me and you never will be worth a lot to me, why would I change what I do to satisfy you? If you were building a money map or customer engagement map with its 4 quadrants, there's a treasure segment. And the treasure segment, they are the customer is king group. Those are people you would re-engineer your business on to retain and grow. You then have a sales promotion segment. Well, those are people that don't quite spend enough money with you, but maybe if you offer them special deals, they would spend more money with you and grow and develop into treasure accounts or better sales promotion accounts. Those you want to keep and have a different strategy for. And they're nearly king. You have a development segment where you're generating a lot of revenue, but your market penetration is low. Now, those are people that if you bother to reason out why they were spending money with you, and could identify that it was to do with market forces rather than individual forces. Company A spends a lot of money with us because that's my brother-in-law. Okay, you're not likely to find many brother-in-laws in other businesses in the segment. It just happens to be that he's your brother-in-law, that's why they spend money with you. So therefore you push those ones to one side. But if they're not, and they're market forces, then you develop new products and services to suit them. And in the avoid classification that forms part of our money map, you just push those to one side. They're never king. Never should be, never will be. And if you spend time worrying about whether they should be king, you're worrying in the wrong box. Worrying in the treasure box where they are king, definitely, is where you want to be.